All right, good morning, traders. Today is October 2nd, 2024. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. I'm talking about Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Everybody, thank you for being here. Appreciate your patronage to my services. Again, my SPY pivot this morning, it's going to be 568.95. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab 5 still in daily uptrends. We are getting a pullback. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute downtrend. IWM, SPY, and QQQ made lower lows and lower highs. SPY and QQQ closed under their bullish traps but over the 17 EMAs, while IWM closed below a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. FNGU made an outside day, that's a higher high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap and under the rising 17. Diamond Dow made an inside day, closing under a bullish trap but over the rising 17. Gold and silver both in uptrends, both made higher highs and higher lows. SLV, silver, closed inside a bullish trap over the 17. Gold closed over a bullish trap over the 17. UNG in an uptrend made a lower high and a lower low, closing above the bullish trap over the 17. USO in a downtrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing big green candle over a bullish cross over the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in a downtrend, excuse me, closed near the 101.24 area. Kind of continuing with the bear flag, but shifting up just a little bit. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. First chart we'll look at is SPY. Let's drill down on the 10. Okay, on the 10, we have a 10-minute downtrend. Why? Because we have the 3 EMA underneath the white 8 EMA, and price is underneath there. And you can see underneath the 17, that's the green dots that have turned to red. All right, so we have a 10-minute downtrend here on SPY. All right, we'll see how low we can get with that. All right, on the 2-hour chart, we closed the day yesterday with a 2-hour downtrend. On the daily chart, we closed with price action made a lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bearish trap. See right there, underneath the bullish trap, but over the 17 EMA. All right, so we're looking for price. Okay, now we got an open gap right here. All right, if we get down below, let's just call it 565, there is an open gap there. All right, so if we get below here, there's a possibility we run down here, fill the gap. All right, and then look for like probably a $1.50 bounce off of there, maybe even a $10 bounce. I don't know, but I look for a minimum of probably a $1.50 bounce. Starting from right about here would be gap fill. Okay, you can see right there. Let me move this up just a little bit. Okay, so from the bottom of this tail down here all the way down to 561.46. All right, we got a couple of other landmarks in the same area, so let's take a look at those, because that's probably a location of interest for this pullback in SPY. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, if you look, here's the 561, and we have a prior high anchored VWAP lining up with the same spot. So there's a possibility we run down there and visit that today, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. And below that, we have another prior all-time high anchored VWAP lining up with the 550 area. All right. So what we had here on the, let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. If we look up here, we got ourselves a triple top. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Gave us the triple top, an igniting candle down. And we're looking for possible follow through to this igniting candle down to the 561 area. 565 would be the beginning of the open gap. All right, and then down to possibly 561 for possible gap fill. All right, so we have ourselves a downtrend. Currently, we're in like a little uptrend right here, making higher lows, not really making much for higher highs. But let's take a look at this, and you can see we have ourselves a downtrend. So back here, I'd be interested in shorting back here, all right, possibly taking profits right through here, leaving some to come down here and do the whole gap fill thing. All right, so this would be the gap from the bottom of this wick here right down to this area right here, about 561. And they probably come down here and spike this. So we'll see what happens. So there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. All right, just taking a look at it. Excuse me, that's a 15. All right, let's take a look at some of the other products. All right, we'll start off with QQQ. All right, QQQ on daily chart, okay? Price action, all right? Still making higher lows and higher highs. All right, so that's an uptrend. All right, price action is pulling back. All right, it's in a daily uptrend as far as the macro level goes, but you can see probably have a 2-hour downtrend with all these red candles pulling back. Okay, it is up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That is bullish. All right, we're pulling back to the 17 EMA. That's the green dots. Price action right now got a lower high, lower low, closing under bearish cross, but over the 17 EMA. So there's QQQ, still in an uptrend, but not moving up right now. Okay, QQQ in an uptrend, but not moving up. All right, so there's some QQQs. Take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU not over the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, you can see FNGU putting in an outside day. That's a higher high, lower low, closing. Big red candle here underneath. Bearish trap underneath. Flat 17 EMA. All right, so FNGU not helping us out at all. Let's take a look at IWM. Still in an uptrend because it's made higher highs here. If we break this low, we'll be in a downtrend. So far, we're waiting on the bulls to come in and produce the higher high. Okay, so there's FNGU on the daily chart. All right, let's take a look at IWM. IWM putting in higher lows and higher highs. That's an uptrend, but not moving up. Notice all the red days here. Okay, we're up over the 2024 high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Okay, we were moving up, but we're not moving up now. Okay, we were. This was looking good, and we got this huge topping tail, and ever since that huge topping tail, they've done nothing but sell. All right, so there's IWM. All right, price action, again, uptrend, because we haven't broken this low down here, making higher lows and higher highs. So IWM kind of still consolidating up here. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay, if we look at the move, let's put the quad lines on it. And it's always got to do this to me. There we go. And not quite that far. Right there. Okay, we're still in the upper third. That's bullish. We're still up over all 2024 high anchored VWAP. That's still bullish, okay? A lot of stuff still bullish, even though we are moving to the downside. All right? Still in an uptrend over the high anchored VWAP, just not moving up right now. So there's IWM and hanging out in the upper third. All right, so that's bullish for me, okay? Is it moving up? No, it's not ready yet. It doesn't seem like it's ready to start moving up, but we'll see how far it wants to fade this. Might just want to melt down to the 50. We'll find out. There's IWM. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, price action. Prior all-time high. Okay, this is an all-time high set 3 days ago. That's an all-time high for Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow currently, yesterday, inside day, lower high, higher low, closing under a bullish trap, but over the 17 EMA. Still bullish. Diamond Dow putting in higher lows and higher highs. Still in an uptrend. Okay, so everything's still bullish, all right? is just not moving up. All right? Everything's still bullish, just not moving up at this time. All of the Fab 5. All right? Because they're all, most all of them except for FNGU are up over all-time high anchored VWAPs or prior high anchored VWAPs. And they were in uptrends, but they're no longer in those uptrends. They're experiencing pullbacks. How long these pullbacks last, I don't know. We'll find out if probably waiting for earnings. I don't know. It's a week away. It's a long ways off for this pullback, so it could be a deep pullback. We'll find out. So there's Diamond Dow. It's still in an uptrend. Okay, SPY. All right. Still in an uptrend. Made a higher high, a higher low, making higher highs. Still uptrend, all right? Just pulling back or resting, if you want to call it that. QQQ, all right? Higher low, higher high, still uptrend, all right? IWM, higher low, higher high, still uptrend. Just, fading here quite a bit, all right? So there's IWM. And, of course, Diamond Dow 3 days ago put in new all-time highs, still an uptrend. FNGU is the closest one to falling out of bed here. All right. Made the higher low, just failed to complete that higher high right here. Is it still in an uptrend? Yeah, because we took out this high right there. So FNGU still in an uptrend. This is the high anchored VWAP. If they start losing this by more than a rubber band candle, I'm just going to have to call it. It's starting a downtrend. All right, so there's FNGU on the daily chart. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. T2122. We spent the day, the first of the month, okay, landing in the seller's chop zone. After that, we made higher lows, higher highs, higher. After landing in the seller's chop zone, we made lower highs but higher lows. And then we started after the first lower high, we started to make higher highs throughout that. All right, so there's T2122 falling out of the buyer's zone into the seller's zone. T2123 makes brand new all-time highs yesterday. This is strange, all right? Another new all-time high for T2123. You can see the rising 200 SMA catching up with price action here. Still, those bullish traps have not been filled. All right. Price is moving up and consolidating. So the market is still bullish as far as 3,000 to 8,000 stocks go that are in the NYSE. All right. Market still bullish. We're up over rising 200 SMA. On the 15-minute chart, we got price action moving up and consolidating, moving up and consolidating. So consolidation over prior consolidation. Still bullish on the big picture, all right? Just not on the FNGU picture is not bullish, all right? It's not been bullish. It's been moving up, but not quite the way we want it to, all right? Just consolidating and resting for a while on FNGU. We'll get to that in just a second. But you can see T2123 moving up, holding the higher ground, moving up, holding the higher ground, rising, holding the ground up over this rising 200 SMA. Things looking good for T2123. Of course, the 3-bar chart's going to say the same thing. All right, 3 more green candle bars, putting in more space between this rising 200 SMA and the price action. All right, so price is still bullish here. You can see T2123 3-bar. FNGU, okay, not so much. All right, we had a bullish gap. We filled it yesterday. Okay, so here's your bullish gap, and yeah, we filled gap yesterday on FNGU. Okay, so moving up and giving up the higher ground. So here's an instance that I talk about. All right, that when price goes up and then gives it up. All right, so what is that? That's neutral, right? If we go up and then give it up and more, all right, that's bearish. All right, when we go up and then hold the higher ground, that's bullish. Now we did go up and then we held the higher ground. That was good. And then you can see then we faded right back to where we started. All right. So we're neutral right now, but we're on the bullish side of neutral. Okay. Because on the bigger picture, it's moving up. All right. Just right now, it's just kind of neutral. Like to see price get back up over this 200 SMA on the FNGU. All right, so what do we got for price action for today on FNGU yesterday? All right, you can see we tried to make a higher high here. All right, didn't really satisfy the bulls. So the bears came in and sold it. And then we had a late day rally into the close right there. Okay, so that's it for FNGU. Mostly red all day long, making an outside day. That's a higher high and a lower low down here. Okay, and filling gaps. So not a good sign there. But we're just still neutral, still holding this ground. If you look at this from this perspective, let's just take quad lines and drag them, see if we can get them to drag. Okay, quad lines, we were in the upper third. We're actually in the upper quadrant up there. Right now we're fading back to midfield, half court, 50-yard line, whatever you want to call it. You can see right now we're fading back to this. I would have thought on top of minor support, we could have got some inspiration and a bounce. We'll find out today if that minor support is going to provide a bounce to the upside. All right, so that's what we got right now. Price action, just neutral on FNGU. All right, let's go take a look at a few sectors. And first one we'll look at is silver. All right, so here's silver. Price action for silver yesterday. Higher low, higher high, closing inside a bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Up over the 2024 high, anchored VWAP right there. Got an uptrend. Money is flowing into silver. Gold. Gold, here is price action for gold, making higher lows and higher highs. Price action, got ourselves an uptrend. This is all-time high for gold right there. You can see we tried to beat it yesterday. Couldn't quite take out the high. Made a higher low, higher high, closed over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Okay, gold in an uptrend, silver in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG making higher lows and higher highs, also in an uptrend. Price action for UNG yesterday, lower low, lower high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. So UNG in an uptrend. Let's take a look at USO. Okay, USO in a downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. All right, we made a lower high here. All right, and we were looking for the bears to make a lower low. Doesn't look like they were able to complete the task. So we have, guess what? We've got a higher low. And right here, according to today's price action, we have a higher high. So USO just flipped this downtrend into an uptrend with this huge igniting candle and the follow through from today. So USO changes as of this moment from downtrend into uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs right there. Okay, price action yesterday, outside day, lower low, higher high, closing over bullish cross over the 17 EMA, and with the price action today, converts the downtrend to an uptrend right there. Okay, same thing happens on the bearish side. Okay, when you move down, let's say you move down and then you give it up, that's neutral. When you give it up and more, well, that's going to be bullish. All right, see that? You give it up and more, bullish right there. So we converted this downtrend into an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at SMH. All right, SMH. Okay, as long as it's over this all-time high anchored VWAP with an uptrend, I'm going to say money's coming in. Okay, right now experiencing a pullback to the anchored VWAP right there. Okay, price action yesterday. Okay, you can see right here, lower high, lower low, coming back to VWAP. Just going to say this is a great area where bulls like to buy is right on VWAP. Just letting you know that is a possibility we see some buying pressure come in if they get underneath VWAP, all-time high anchored VWAP, as bulls see that as price value and when price is down there. SMH making higher lows and higher highs. See that? So that's uptrend there, all right, on the day chart. Okay, but in addition to all of that, it was up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, this morning, not so much, kind of like leaning right on it. So SMH still in an uptrend right there. Okay, XLK, same deal. Okay, higher lows, higher highs, just not moving up right now. Okay, just not moving up. There's a possibility they get inspired to move up a little later on. Okay, and then there's also that possibility they want to come crashing through. Okay, I don't see the crashing through scenario playing out, but it's a possibility. There's XLK, uptrend, still bullish there, just moving back. Waiting for that 30-minute uptrend, that hourly uptrend. That's what we're waiting and looking for on XLK and SMH. All right, let's take a look at XLI. Believe it or not, something did make a brand new all-time high yesterday, and that was XLI. Okay, XLI putting in higher. It was a higher low and a higher high, closing up there on the daily chart. So XLI making new all-time highs yesterday. Now you can see XLI made new all-time high this day, this day, this day, this day. Had a little rest and then came back yesterday and made another new all-time high. This is the measured move target. I don't know how close they get to it, but it's been working up right there. You can see the uptrend. Okay, they got the 3 EMA over the white 8 EMA. Price is moving up. That is an uptrend. You've got space between the 3 and the 8. They are both pointed up. See, the 17 is pointed up. That's the green dots. All right, this is the prior all-time high. Price is up over that prior all-time high, moving up. That's an uptrend. That's interesting right there. That is very bullish. Okay, XLI. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF just currently consolidating in the upper quadrant up here from the move up. Okay, so it's a move up and it's a bull flag with a wedge. All right, so price action. All right, making a higher low, failing to make the higher high, just consolidating up here in quadrant 4. That's bullish. It's an all-time high right here. Whenever price has an uptrend over the all-time high, I have to assume money is coming into the XLF. All right, XLF still bullish, up in quadrant 4. All right, up over, when price is up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's good. Remaining in the upper third is a bullish situation. Okay, that's XLF. Let's take a look at XRT. It's a retail sector. Retail sector still in a downtrend. Have not made higher highs yet. Is that a higher high? I mean, you could call it. That's kind of flaky to call that a higher high and an uptrend right there. But irregardless, all right, still in a downtrend because we have not broken this high or these highs right here. Well, I'm not going to call it an uptrend yet, all right. Still in a downtrend. On the big level, we got ourselves a big bull flag, all right. So you got to move up, all right. And all of 2024, you can see right here, we've just been consolidating up in there. So we got a big bull flag waiting for that uptrend breakout. Price action recently, as you can see, price action recently, again, is another mini bull flag inside of the bigger bull flag. So it's been moving up and over right there. It's another bull flag within the bigger bull flag that's bullish. Okay, now if we measure off with quad lines, see where we are here. If we stay in the upper third, okay, staying in the upper third is bullish. Now notice they did stay in the upper third right up there. See, that would be the upper third. Now kind of breaking down right now, looking like they want to go visit the 50-yard line. So there's XRT. That's our retail sector. All right, still bullish on the retail sector. It's moving up, holding the higher ground. All right, so as long as it stays in the upper third, I'm going to remain bullish. If it gives it up, I'm going to be neutral. All right, so it's XRT in a macro big bull flag for all of 2024. IYT. Okay, here's our transportation, making higher lows and higher highs. Price action yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing over bullish trap over the 17 EMA, up over 2024 or all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Is that an all-time high? I don't think so. I think it came close. Hey, maybe it is. All-time high anchored VWAP right there. All right. All-time high anchored VWAP price is moving up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's a bullish situation. All right. Again, quad lines. All right. Remaining in the upper third is bullish. All right. So we don't want them to go up and give it up. Need them to stay up here in the upper third. All right. So a lot of things still bullish. Things just getting a little flaky right now. All right. Getting little pullbacks. All right, you're seeing it in the SPY, you're seeing it in FNGU, you're seeing it in some of the sectors. We are still bullish. Things are just getting a little flaky right now, okay? Now, if they go up and give it up, again, we're neutral. All right, if they go up and give it up and more, then we got to convert ourselves into a bearish mindset. All right, so there's IYT. All right, transportations. Uptrend, SMH, uptrend. All right, XLK, uptrend. XLI, new all-time highs, uptrend. XLF, uptrend. All right, we've got everything's in an uptrend. T2123, making new all-time highs. That's an uptrend. All right, the big thing is the FNGU. All right, FNGU is in an uptrend, but it's just not moving up. All right, so that's the one we need to move because that's the one, that's the leash that jerks the SPY and the QQQ around. All right, that's the one we need to move up. All right, so anything inside of there. It'd be nice if Apple finds a nice uptrend, okay, because that's probably the most heavily weighted one in the SPY and the QQQ. All right, let's go take a look at our economics package. All right, here's the dollar. Okay, on the dollar, we're making lower highs and lower lows, and lower highs and lower lows. Price action for the dollar on the bigger picture. Okay, price moving down and bear flagging. All right, that's a bear flag, hockey stick right there. Okay, price action for yesterday, okay, we closed right around here, 101.24 area. See right through there. Okay, looking for price. All right, we're in a 12-month low and a 2024 low. Looking for price to break this low right here. Okay, break that low. All right, then we have ourselves a 2.5-year low. All right, be a new 2.5-year low on the U.S. dollar index. Whenever the dollar's weak, makes our goods and services more competitive on the global stage. All right, so still looking for that dollar to move down. Not making any higher highs yet. That's good news. Still in that hockey stick bear flag. We like that. on the economic calendar for today, we've got MBA mortgage applications at 7, 8:15 employment report, couple of Fed speakers, and a petroleum report at 10:30. All right, let's take a look at tomorrow. We've got jobless claims at 8:30, PMI composite final 9:45, factory orders 10, ISM services 10, gas report at 10:30, and that's it. It's a really light week this week. I think Mr. Powell speaking on Monday was the main event. All right, on Friday we got employment situation at 8:30. So we got an employment report this morning at 8:15. We've got jobless claims at 8:30 tomorrow. All right, and then we've got another report on Friday as far as the employment situation. Okay, I don't see anything wrong on the jobs. I mean, we could lose 500,000 jobs and still be looking in great shape. All right, in my opinion. All right, because the economic data is just, it's working out nice. You see the IYT, we're moving products off the shelf and on the shelf. All right, products and raw materials are getting moved around the country so that we can put stuff together, whether it be a bridge or a widget or whatever it is. Okay, IYT is in bull mode. So things are looking good. I don't see jobs being an issue at all. The only thing I see possibly being an issue is earnings. All right, we're moving up basically for a lot due to this inflation. I think there's some high expectations that we're going to have some higher profits. Okay, and I think we're waiting on those higher profits to be revealed sometime in the final quarter here, or in the earnings report coming up this next round of earnings. I don't know if they're going to show up, okay, in this next round of earnings. I think some will. I think some won't. I think it's going to take another quarter after that for them to show up. We'll see. All right. Again, the guidance is sometimes has a dominating effect on price action. I mean, all it takes is CEOs say, "Hey, things are really looking good. We are projected to make XXX more next quarter." All right, or next year. All right, for earnings. Okay, nothing but familiar names on the earnings front for this week. All right. But nothing that's going to move the markets. Okay, so whether it's the second or the third or the fourth or the seventh, okay, nothing but familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets right there. For max pain for today is 570, and we have 1.5 puts to every call. All right, so we'll see where they want to go with this today. All right, right now we're in a 2-hour downtrend, but we were in a daily uptrend. We're having a pullback. It's anybody's game at this point, okay? All right, so that's it, all right, for this morning. I will be back at 9:15, and we'll kick off the market. All right, good morning, Marley, Bobby, Jordo, or Greg. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes.